Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Freeline FM.
Well, hello there, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, lads and ladesses. Welcome once again to Freeline FM with me, Rabbi Israel Ben Heman. Hey, we're not doing as many blogs as we formerly did, mainly because of my failing health, unfortunately. Those of you who don't know, I've had a heart attack. And I also been diagnosed with COPD, which is a problem with my lungs. I'm almost 73 years old, so got to expect a few things like that. But that's why we haven't been on the air quite as much as we would like to be, or as much as we formerly were on the air. However, we're here. We're doing the occasional Christian Nation blog. I'll be doing one again in 2 days' time, I think. And tonight I'm doing not the Christian Nation, but we're going to focus on politics, which is something that rules the lives of every person on this earth. The politics of the scum of the earth. Generally speaking, there are so many leftist lunatics in office now. Thank God for delivering the presidency of the United States into the hands of a man who loves God first and hates communism, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Thank God he's back in, or will shortly be back in office. It's very interesting to note that there are certain individuals who are saying the United States has dodged a bullet again. And if you remember, the last time people were saying the United States has dodged a bullet was when Hillary Clinton was running for president. And this time they're saying, again, America has dodged a bullet. When the vice president, the current vice president under Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, she was running for the presidency. It's amazing that the fanatics of the lunatic left all seem to be females. Don't get me wrong, they're all being controlled by one individual. Joe Biden is controlled. The Clintons, up to a certain degree, are controlled. Hillary Clinton needs no control. She is the most hateful individual. If you check out Hillary Clinton's past, you discover just what a dirty, filthy, evil communist pig she really is. And she would step on you, me, or anybody else, and even kill to get what she wants. She is absolutely evil. She's the devil's daughter. There is no doubt in my mind of that. Kamala Harris is a useful idiot. Nothing much more than that. But they're all being controlled by one individual. And that wicked, evil, communist, pig dog individual is Barack Obama, former president of the United States. I don't know exactly what went on in the second election that put Obama into a second term in office, but I suspect that Obama's henchmen were fiddling the books, just like they did for Joe Biden. If you look at the numbers that have now elected President Donald J. Trump, you will have to ask yourself, as I am asking myself and anyone who wants to discuss this, where are the 80 million voters who apparently voted for Joe Biden in 2020? Whoa, they disappeared like a fart in the wind. Excuse my unusual language, but that's the way it is. And certain people have disappeared as well. It's amazing how many people suddenly disappear and are then later discovered with 2 bullet wounds in the back of the head, no gun found at the scene, and it turns out that the police claim it's suicide and that individual worked for the Clintons. It's amazing how often that happens. So anything that goes on with the lunatic left, we can't be surprised. Now, another member of the lunatic left is a guy called Jack Smith, Special Counsel Jack Smith, who decided on behalf of Barack Obama and the lunatic left and the Democrat Party, and by the way, it's the Democrat Party, not the Democratic Party. They're not democratic, they're Democrats. They are communists. I really do dislike it when people get that wrong and call it the Democratic Party. They're anything but democratic. They really do not like anybody else disagreeing with them. And if somebody does disagree with them, especially if they disagree with Hillary Clinton, it's odds-on favourite, you'll be found dead in the back of your car with a couple of bullet holes in the back of your head. But Jack Smith, he's gone down this road. There are others as well. Letitia James is another one, a total lunatic. You've just gone after Donald J. Trump to try to prevent him from becoming the 47th president of the United States. That's what they've done. They are guilty of interfering in the election, and they have jeopardized the electoral system of the United States to the nth degree. The level of criminality which exists in the Democrat Party will be spoken of in political annals for centuries to come. Eventually, this horrendous mafia-type mob who control the Democrats and stir up trouble and get their followers to burn cities to the ground and attack all manner of other people who don't agree with their political point of view, they will eventually pass away. The sooner the better for the United States and indeed for the rest of the world. But because this is where I am on this. Another term of Democrats in the White House, in the Senate, and in the House of Representatives, and you could all have kissed a free America goodbye, and the world would have been plunged into the abyss of communist political darkness. There is no doubt of that. With Donald J. Trump in the White House, the Senate has turned red, and the House of Representatives is already red. So it's a clean sweep right across the board. The Republicans are now in charge. And let's get this right. When we talk about Republicans, we're talking about people who believe in democracy, although the United States is not a democracy. The United States is a constitutional republic. It's an experiment. And until people like Obama and the Clintons and so on came along, it was an experiment that was working extremely well. But Jack Smith, now, it looks like Smith is gone to the court, said to the judge, look, the guy we're trying to prosecute, the guy that we've been persecuting unfairly for so long, is now going to become the President of the United States, and we would like to vacate all the charges against him. In other words, we'll drop the charges because we know how bogus they all are anyway. But it seems, and this is only a whisper, it's not something that I can confirm for you, but it's a whisper. Jack Smith is looking down the double barrel of a shotgun that will send him to jail for the rest of his life. Letitia James is looking down the same barrel. They've gone after this president to try to prevent him from becoming president. They have attempted to twist history to their own benefit, and the political chicanery in weaponizing the Justice Department against one individual is deplorable. But to do it to an individual who is running for President of the United States is unforgivable. It must not be forgiven. Jack Smith must go to jail. He must stay there forever. And so must Letitia James and anyone who assisted them. And that includes Barack Obama. I hope Donald J. Trump goes after them all. I hope he gets them all. And I hope he uses the military to bring down their regime. He needs to use the military because the military will follow his every command. And he needs to dismantle the Justice Department and rebuild a new one. He needs to kick the FBI into the long grass and get rid of it and put something in its place that will serve the people of the United States and prevent corruption rather than getting involved in it. I just wanted to come on here and do this blog and let you know what is going on with the special counsel to wind down. He's come to the court to wind down the cases against Donald Trump. And in front of me, on my screen here, it says Trump's victory throws uncertainty into legal cases. And there's a nice little picture of Jack Smith looking extremely sheepish. This so-called special prosecutor is actually he's not qualified to be a special prosecutor, but we won't go into that. He became a special prosecutor, and he went after Donald J. Trump, which is what Obama told him to do. Special counsel prosecutors will shut down their criminal cases now against Donald Trump before he takes office. According to two people with direct knowledge of the matter, they've got their fingers on the pulse here, after his absolutely stunning comeback victory, which quite frankly is another turning point in history and will be spoken of, I'm sure, for 200 or 300 years to come. After that stunning victory against Kamala Harris, it means quite simply that there could not be a criminal trial brought against a criminal charge against Donald Trump, and he can't be put on trial. You can't try a sitting president. It's as simple as that. The move reflects the reality that the cases will never be completed before Inauguration Day. They just simply couldn't do it. And once the former president returns to the White House, the special counsel's office would be then legally prohibited from pursuing further criminal actions under Justice Department policy. The Justice Department has long known that if Trump won the criminal cases over Trump's retention of classified documents and his efforts to overturn the 2020 election would be finished, because Trump's Attorney General would likely just drop the charges. And at the end of the day, even if he got convicted, he could pardon himself. But here's the thing. Donald Trump was innocent of these charges anyway. He was completely innocent. For a start, all the documents that Donald Trump took back to Mar-a-Lago, the ones that the FBI neatly arranged, all with top secret written on them and all the rest of them, were all declassified. What people don't realize is the moment Donald Trump, President of the United States, took those documents out of the White House and took them back to Mar-a-Lago, he effectively declassified them, and it was his prerogative to do so. There can be no charges. He did not take documents that were classified because he declassified them. He was the President of the United States and had the power to declassify them. And by removing them from the White House or wherever he had them, they became declassified. That's the law. So Jack Spratt, who, quite frankly, in my opinion, is not only guilty of interference in an election, he's also guilty of treason. And if I had my way, he'd be hanged in public. And Letitia James as well. I think we should go back to charging this type of individual with treason. They used to do it, and they used to hang them in public as a notification, putting other people in their position on notice. Look, this can happen to you if you turn down that dirty Democrat path and start persecuting other people because of their political beliefs. Jack Smith should be executed for treason. There are others as well, including Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. So it's understood to be a preemptive measure to ensure that Trump will not be able to order the dismissal of the special counsel, Jack Smith. That's why they're vacating. This is what's been vowed all along. If Trump retook presidential office, Jack Smith's days were always going to be numbered. Now, whether or not the president, and when I refer to the president, I mean Donald Trump, if and when the president makes a decision on these matters, I hope that decision will include using the military to round up these stinking Democrat communist traitors, and those who are guilty of treason, hang them, and those who have assisted, throw them in jail in Gitmo and melt the key. What they have done in the last 15 to 20 years, and Hillary Clinton, I mean, she's been corrupt forever. She was born with corruption. She has lived a corrupt life every single second of her days on this earth. If any of you can remember the Watergate affair, when the Watergate building was broken into by certain individuals from Donald Trump's party, the Republicans, they broke in and took some paperwork and things like that. And a lot of lawyers were brought in to go through all the skullduggery that had taken place. But one of those lawyers, I mean, I think there was something like 60 of them altogether, representing the Democrats. And one of the lawyers that they brought in started fixing things to make them look worse, and actually got caught lying and got fired from the team. That lawyer was Hillary Clinton. So she's been as dirty as you can be, politically dirty, all of her rotten life, all of her stinking days. And she was Barack Obama's gift from the devil to use her for the evil skullduggery that he is totally behind, and I have no doubt of that. And I hope Donald Trump will go after him. He is the linchpin in the skullduggery that has gone on for years and years and years in the Democrat Party. And here I'm reading a story at the moment that says that in one of the counting stations where Donald Trump was obviously ahead, they attempted to do the same thing that they did when he was ahead with Biden. And California number plate cars suddenly start arriving in the middle of the night, and they were busily unloading literally hundreds of thousands of fake votes for Kamala Harris, and they got caught. So I do hope, if the story is true, if it turns out that it's true, everybody involved in that, Gitmo, lock them up for the rest of their lives. Never let them out. They've already shown that they do not have the right to live among us any longer. Donald J. Trump, I am very happy about the fact that this man is going back to the Oval Office as the 47th President of the United States. He brokered peace deals in the Middle East. He'll go back to doing it. He laid heavy sanctions and refused to cooperate in any way with Iran. He'll go back to doing that. And I believe he will end the conflict between Russia and Ukraine in next to no time. He's promised to do so. And the great thing about Donald Trump is when he says he'll do something, he usually does it. And he's going to deport millions of illegal immigrants, especially those with criminal backgrounds. He's going to stop the drug peddling cartels bringing their product across the border, and he's going to stop child pornography trafficking, child trafficking, sex child trafficking going on. That's going on as well. And it may very well be that Donald Trump will instruct certain people to do what the Democrats did to him, and that is to continue to impeach the president after he's left office. So Joe Biden may very well find himself being impeached. That would be excellent, because Biden deserves it. I don't know how anyone could elect Joe Biden to be dog catcher, let alone President of the United States. But there we are. That's what Obama wanted, because he knew Biden was a puppet. He knew he could use him. So they fixed it so he could do that. But Donald J. Trump's back in the White House, and nobody's happier about that than I am. And I hope you are too. That's the end of my little blog here this evening. I hope you're as happy about the presidency changing hands and being regained by Donald Trump as I am. I hope you're just as happy as I am, and I hope you'll have a nice little celebration. Don't drink too much and don't smoke. Get ready for our blog, which will be coming shortly, which is the Christian Nation blog. I'll be doing that for you a little bit later, probably within the next couple of days, and we'll get back down to doing our regular business as soon as we can. Until then, it's been great to talk to you. I hope we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye for now. I'm Israel Ben Eamon for Freeline FM. God bless you.
Brothers and sisters, thank you for being with us here again at Freeline FM. Until next time, goodbye for now, and God bless you.